Welcome to the premiere episode of Fearless, the high-action sports show that delivers hard-edge, adrenalised sports from around the globe. In this week's episode, the seriously dangerous endurance event of ice climbing, the smell of high-octane fuel at Europe's annual tractor pulling competition, wild winter action with a band of fearless snowboarders, learning how to fly and doing it in pairs, the big, blue, beautiful waves that only Hawaii can produce. River surfing, the sport to do when there's not a beach in sight. These are the awesome Southern Alps in New Zealand. Combine majestic vistas with low altitudes, and it makes these ranges an obvious choice for climbers from all around the world. With over 10,000 feet of vertical ascent, the requirements are as strenuous and technical as any found in the Himalayas. It's a rare breed of adventure seeker that braves the ice, the wind, the bitter cold and the sheer vertical drops to experience life from the very top of a mountain. But they all say there's just no other experience on Earth that comes anywhere close to the exhilaration and the personal fulfillment. It's a sport that pushes strength and endurance right to the limit. Climbers frequently put all their weight through a single studded boot or a single claw of an ice pick, and in doing so risk the ice breaking away at any moment. The threat of avalanches loom as an ever-present danger, and one that climbers take very seriously. Avalanches and falling ice are a leading cause of death amongst ice climbers. Just imagine a slab of ice a metre thick hurtling down the face of a mountain, taking everything in its path with it. These ice climbers can, they just prefer not to. Sometimes those last couple of metres takes every shred of energy and concentration you can muster. One wrong slip now, and you find out how unforgiving a mountain can be. Exhaustion is always the first stage of any good celebration. Finally at the top, at the goal of the climb, you can relax for a while and enjoy your achievement. But in real terms, you're only halfway there. You still have to get all the way down. And this can be the most dangerous part of the climb. You're low on energy and you're travelling backwards. But you can't think about that. You have to keep looking for footholds, handholds, safe rock ledges. There's plenty of work left. Whatever you do, now is not the time to be thinking about 1,000 tons of snow coming at you from above. Ice climbing is a physical and mental challenge of the very highest order, but it's also about as close to the raw heart of nature that most of us will get. And if you're up there one day, don't forget to take some time to just look around and enjoy it. No one ever said extreme sports were completely safe. Now you know why. Check out some of these colossal crashes. Is there a doctor in the house? That's definitely not the way to do it. Nice try though. Want to know about crazy? Bungee jumping on your bike, that's crazy. Painful too. But if it's not just that little bit crazy, why bother doing it? Whether by muscle or machine, man's struggle to conquer the unique landscapes of the planet has given him some of his most amazing adventures. Hang on to your ears. It's the annual European tractor pulling competition from Anhalt, Germany. The object, quite simply, is to drag the specially designed tray the full length of the course while the resistance increases all the way. And it's not easy. By about the 3/4 mark, the resistance can be several tons. Luckily, the rules don't put any limit on engine capacity. Even so, these keen petrol heads struggle to get the weight across the line. The machines hail from all across Europe and come in all shapes and sizes, mostly big. Some ridiculously huge. No one ever said tractor pulling was environmentally friendly. There's always next year for this guy. This little dynamo just proves that it can be done, and you don't need to be massive to win. Just tenacious. And for the broken down, they get towed away by a tractor. While it may be one of the most popular extreme street sports, no one knows the exact origins of skateboarding. Some say it was developed by a bored California surfer wanting to polish his skills on a waveless afternoon. Others say the first skateboard was born when the push scooter, a kid's toy, was cut down to size. For the winter enthusiast, virgin snowfields like these are an invitation to play. Cutting your way down the side of a mountain with a snowboard is a kind of thrill that few sports can equal. The snake-like path of the board, the spray of softly packed snow, and the incredible views all contribute to an experience of absolute freedom and wide-eyed exhilaration. It also helps if you're a little bit crazy. Boarding should be graceful, fluid, and without complication. And sometimes it should defy gravity. But for the competitively minded, you can always race down the slopes. Ever wondered whether skateboarders go in winter? Well, this is it. They don't even have to lose the baggy jeans. All they need is a new board underfoot and the understanding that crashing on snow can hurt just as much as on concrete. Snowboarding is a versatile sport with many faces. This is its fast and furious persona. And getting air can be as much of a rush over snow as it is anywhere else. Of course, there's always some man-made half-pipe action if the slopes can't give you what you need. Just check out some of this amateur action. And let's face it, there's no better way to explore a snow-covered mountain than while riding the back of a heavily waxed piece of plywood. Enjoy! If any of the extreme sports can be considered truly high risk, then base jumping has got to be it. Standing for buildings, antenna tower spans and earth, these athletes will jump off anything. That's why this guy scores the fearless play of the day. Man's imagination continues to deliver a stream of wild and gravity-defying sports that challenge all reason. Thin air is about taking off, reaching for the skies and putting as much air between you and the ground as possible. Each week, we'll look at a compilation of extreme sports' most adventurous athletes get air any way and every way they can. Did you know that hang glider pilots use pockets of warm rising air called thermals to get height? The highest altitude anyone has ever reached is 4,200 metres and flights have lasted up to 10 hours. The craft can easily glide several kilometres and the world record stands at an amazing 450 kilometres. As long as man has had an imagination, he's dreamed of flying, the wind in his hair and the earth spread out beneath him. And there are so many ways to get airborne these days. Some of them are serene. Some of them are extreme. And still others push extreme to the extremes. If you're long on adventurous spirit and short on hesitation, maybe taking to the air is just the thing for you. Hang gliders, paragliders, planes and microlights, you can pilot them all. But you can also be a passenger in all of them as well. And if you're a novice in this game, tandem is the way to go. Every air sport has an inherent risk. After all, there's a whole new kind of pain waiting for you if anything goes wrong. So if you want to take up an air sport, it might be a good idea to have a tandem flight first. You'll be taken up by a high-altitude expert who, in most disciplines, will have specialised qualifications to take people tandem. These are people who love their sport and love teaching it to other people. If you're worried at all, let them know. They love to have a good laugh as well. Naturally enough, there are dangers in thinking you're a bird. Of course, every measure is being taken to ensure the risks of flying and free-falling are minimised. In fact, today's high-tech equipment means it's more dangerous to go rock fishing than to fall headfirst out of a light aircraft. Think of a tandem flight this way. When you're screaming at a height of 1,000 feet, whether out of excitement or fear, someone will actually hear you. Whether in the form of savage swells or raging rivers, water has always offered mankind some of his most exciting and dangerous thrills. Take the plunge. The water's ice cold, and if you slip up, the chance of injury is pretty good. It's river surfing, and it's on the lunatic fringe. All you need is a board and a prayer. A helmet, wetsuit, and a few buddies to keep an eye on you come in handy as well. If you look really carefully, that's people you see floating downstream. And this is the sort of action they're looking for. Lots of water, lots of rocks, and the endless wave. Doesn't always work though. It's downstream they get reminded of river surfing's golden rule. Keep your head above water. If you should get pinned to a boulder by that current, it'll be the dry season before they pull you out. Sounds dangerous? It is, but that's just part of the thrill. When the French invented this sport, they called it hydrospeed. Now you know why. From time to time, there'll be a chance to rest. Then it'll just be straight back into it. You'd be amazed how fun a near drowning can be. Sometimes the best progress is made by staying in the same spot. All you have to do is find an area where the backwash keeps pushing you into the oncoming river. Once you're on that endless wave, competitors have to paddle hard to cut in. But once they do, it can be irritating. Unless you've got a surefire method for getting rid of them. Remember spots like these when you come back on your bungee jumping adventure. But when it's down to business, it's down to business. River surfing is high action, gut-churning stuff. It's not for the faint-hearted, so wimps need not apply. This is communing with nature, radical style. This is New Zealand's Shot Over Jet, the jet boat that delivers in-your-face throttle action in some of the world's most beautiful and dangerous rivers. The secret of the propulsion system is the internal propeller that sucks in water and expels it with tremendous force. About 380 litres per second of pure mountain water get thrusted out by the Chevrolet V8 engine, all the while running on environmentally friendly liquid petroleum gas. Welcome to Hawaii, where the sky is blue, the air is clear, and the seas are unforgiving. This is the home of the ancient sport of surfing, and with waves this punishing, it's a wonder it ever caught on. Early Hawaiians referred to surfing as he'e nalu, or wave sliding, and it was a pastime steeped in tradition. From choosing the right tree from which to craft a board, to chanting a prayer for good breakers, wave sliding was a spiritual, near-religious event. Not much kaimale going on today, or calm waters, as these surfers are finding out. Hawaiian waves have 100 different ways to help you regret making mistakes. Funnily enough, they all involve pain and a mouthful of seawater. But the risk of getting hammered is what makes surfing in Hawaii the adrenaline rush that it is. If it's not dangerous, it's just not fun. The good thing about watching someone getting dumped on by a wall of water is that you can learn how not to do it. Take this guy. He liked the green room inside the tube so much, he decided to stay. Then again, it's easy to catch the small ones. And in Hawaii, 2 meters is small. That's how you do it. And it's tiring work. Check out how this skeghead celebrates his success. At least he's got something to celebrate. And there's a fine art to just giving up. Wonder what the Hawaiians call getting swallowed up alive. That's gotta hurt. Let's face it, some days the waters are just too pupule or raging to give anyone much of a chance. Thanks for joining us on this first action-packed episode of Fearless. Be with us again next week when we'll test the measure of man and machine all over again.